Hey, Kerry here. I've been talking in some of my other videos about eventually there's going to be a broker who is going to offer a unique value proposition that is going to result in capturing the bulk of the real estate business. Until that happens, how do we take that same mentality and bring it to our business as agents? How do we present a unique value proposition? Well, I think the first thing we need to recognize is that everybody knows for real estate agents. So how do we set ourselves apart? What I'm going to show you in this video, when we're done with this video, you're going to have an idea how I've gone about gathering $10 million worth of listings, a consistent and continuing inventory by offering a unique value proposition to people who have a problem. So stay with me and I'll show you exactly what I do. I have a routine. I start my morning the same way. And what I'm seeking is people with a problem. And I'm seeking people in a price category and in a neighborhoods that I want to serve. So in essence, I'm going after people that I don't know, that I'm not going to be referred to, and I'm going to offer them a unique value proposition to help them solve their problem. So who I'm looking for is expired listings. Okay, here's my morning activity. Okay, I want to show you my morning activity and how I make an effort to show my community that I have a unique value proposition. And I really like to work with expired listings. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to click market, and it's going to give me the hot list for the neighborhoods that I'm interested in dealing with. And since I like the more expensive properties, I'm going to go immediately to the back page of it and page down, and here I see an expired listing on Briar Oak for $1.8 million, and it's been on the market for 744 days. This is somebody who has a problem, so I want to take a closer look at it. So I'm going to open it up, and I see that it's a colonial or Georgian colonial type home. I'm not real impressed with the opening picture. I see a lot of grass. I see some shadows that draw my eyes away from what I'm really looking for, and that is a home. I'm struck by it has a price per square foot of $400 a square foot. But then I go down here and I see that we have 12 acres and that it's on the Cahaba River. So we've got some information there. We have 2 floors with over 2,000 square feet. We go down here, and for description, we don't really have a description. 12 acres on the Cahaba River, custom built 91, 3-bedroom, 4-bath, 2 half-bath, hardwood tile floors, plantation shutters, 10-foot ceilings, dumbwaiter, and 3 acres, a must-see. I'm sorry, if you're going to try to sell me a $1.8 million home, you need to give me a full description. You need to paint me a picture in words, and you need to sweep me off my feet on this thing. And you haven't done it. That shows me an agent who isn't creating a value proposition for the client. I get in my agent notes, I get no real information other than a disclosure that nothing's implied. You're on the hook. Been on the market 744 days, most recently 536. So not much effort put forth here. Let's open up the pictures and take a look and see what we can determine. Again, this photograph should have been taken from somewhere over here. Now the second photograph gives us a little bit better of an image, but folks, we're not selling grass and blue sky. This should have been a picture taken with a drone, so that the shot was taken from up in here, and we see the house. And then if we want to show these grounds, we show that in a different picture. This picture I kind of like. I changed the angle on it. But as we go into the pictures within the house, I see there's no books on these shelves. This is a situation that probably either a death in the family, these people have moved on and left the furniture behind. I'm not sure. And this is reconfirmed as we go. Although if I was leaving things behind, it wouldn't be grandfather clocks, I don't think. And then it could have been somebody died and the children don't want the grandfather clocks. Kitchen is leaving me a lot to be desired. If this were my listing, I would suggest that we paint these cabinets gray. We upgrade the pulls on them. This is either probably looks like Corian. And the pictures look to me to be taken with a telephone. Certainly this one, the lighting is very poor. We're being overshadowed with the outdoor lights. And so somebody is not skilled at taking photographs. And that's what I want to approach, and that's what I want to share with the homeowner. So what am I going to do? The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write him a hand-addressed and handwritten note. And I'm basically going to say that you've got a beautiful home and a beautiful piece of property, that it potentially needs to be some updating done on it, and that it needs to be promoted. I specialize in luxury homes. I live within 2 miles of this house. And it's actually not in Vestavia Hills. It's in Mountain Brook, which is a plus for the house. And I know that because I can go to the tax records here, and it will tell me that the house is in Mountain Brook. It's not in Vestavia. And Mountain Brook is a much higher thought of neighborhood than Vestavia Hills. So I'll write him a note. I'll also suggest to him that he goes to my website, bestofushomes.com, and see the way that I present homes, see the videos that I do on my homes, and see the drone photography that I put on my homes. If you're going to break into a market and you don't know these people and these people don't know you, you've got to give them a value proposition that cannot be delivered by anybody else in your community. And I'll get into a little bit more of what I would do in that nature. So that's my morning activity. That's how I find the properties that I think I can offer the homeowner something that their current agent or past agents have not been able to offer, and thus give them a reason to work with me. So what you saw there is, number one, I'm looking for people with a problem. They've had their house on the market and they haven't been able to get it sold. So in essence, what that means is the established marketplace has not served them. They've not helped them achieve their goals. So now at this point, and like in this one, they've been on the market, I think it was for 744 days. They've gone through the people that they know. They've gone through the referrals that other people have given them. So what they're primed for is a unique value proposition. Someone who can come and say, hey, this is why your house isn't selling. These are the changes you got to make, and this is how we're going to market to our target market and get it sold for you. And so at that point, I will introduce them to my formula for selling homes. It's a 4-page document that basically gives them in detail what I do different than anybody else. Kind of an overview. I'll do another video on it after this one, and you certainly want to subscribe so that you're notified when that video comes out. But what I'm basically going to tell them is I'm going to do 3 things that no one else ever does. I'm going to go beyond just putting a sign in your yard and creating an MLS listing. And that's what 99% of all people do. Number 2, I'm going to bring in a professional photographer, and we're going to have a drone photography, and we're going to give you first quality pictures. Some agents do that just as well. But then the other thing that we're going to do is we're going to create an 8-minute walk and talk video through your house. And we're going to sell it. This all goes back to my philosophy that if you're buying a Ferrari, you aren't buying it for need, you're buying it for desire. And so someone has to create that desire. And that desire can best be created by video. The other thing that has to happen is we have, because we're selling in this case, a $1.8 million home, we got to reach out beyond our normal market. We got to put it out there where other people can see it that might not normally be in the market for your house. And how do you do that? You create a YouTube channel like I have. You create a bank of videos that are geared towards the keywords moving to Birmingham and the keywords what are the best neighborhoods of Birmingham and what are the best schools in Birmingham, so that if someone is moving from out of town and they go to YouTube or Google and put those words in, your video, your house becomes apparent to them. I've sold a number of houses this way, closing in a couple of weeks on one from two guys who drove down here from Chicago to Birmingham and only looked at one house. And that was the house that they had been in before through my video. You need to convey that as your point number 2. We do more than just put up a sign in the front yard and create an MLS listing. We do professional photography and video. And number 3, we show up for every showing. Now this is going to separate you from 99.5% of all agents. You're going to show up for every showing, and you're not just a listing agent, you're a salesperson. You're going to sell the house. You know all the intricacies and all the special features and benefits of this house that are not apparent to someone who just walked through the house. They aren't apparent. So you're going to make them a part of their knowledge base that builds on their desire and sells the house. You have to create a unique value proposition, or the business is going to stay the way it is. And that is, people hire their friends, friends of their friends, or referrals. And if you're new to this business, or you're trying to upgrade into another category in the business, you don't stand a chance unless you have a unique value proposition that you can present. I call it, again, my formula for selling homes. I'll do a video detailed on that. If you'd like to see that, subscribe to this one. Also, go and subscribe to bestofusagents.com. and you'll get on my automatic mailing list, and you'll get a copy of my value proposition. You'll also get a copy of the letter that I send out that says, are you puzzled why your house isn't selling? And you'll get some written materials that'll help you break into the business or into a new category of the business. So that's my morning activity. That's how I think you have to channel your mind to a unique value proposition. Good luck to you.